Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel Trading Secrets. This channel is for entertainment purposes only. For those of you who do not know, my name is Ali. I have over 20 years experience teaching accounting, economics, business and law. Through this channel I'll be providing some stock analysis and a quick update on the $1 Million Challenge. So if anybody's not aware of this is a journey of an investment of $1,000 to a return of $1 million over a period of 3 years using a strategy called compound return investing. So the objective is try to get 201 trades, each with an average return of 3.5%. It's not 201 consecutive trades, we do take into account losses. So for further details about how to join us for less than $9 a month, information is available in the description below. In today's video, we're going to be looking at MMTLP with Next Bridge hydrocarbons fighting back against the university lands to potentially get back their Orogrande assets. We're also going to be looking at a huge beat for Tesla earnings, and then I'm going to be sharing with you two stocks, ticker symbol SAVE and also XPON, which are doing exceptionally well this week, and we're also causing our weekly watch list. So before we get started, let's have a look at what's happening in the markets. So the first headline here from Bloomberg states that the S&P rally wanes as Wall Street banks are getting hit, and we can also see here from CNBC that the Nasdaq is touching a new record, but the rest of the market is struggling. So let's have a look at what's going on. Dow Jones is up 0.42%. The S&P 500 is doing exceptionally well and close to a high at 0.87%. Nasdaq is also up 1.45% as the VIX is tumbling. So overall, a little bit better finish to the week. So I'm going to start by having a look at Tesla earnings, and what we called in the Discord was the immediate news with regard to the earnings per share, which jumped at $0.62, exceeding the estimates. And in other positives, we can also see that the revenue increased 8% year on year to $25.2 billion. So exceptionally good news there. They also have a strong cash position, approximately $33.6 billion, with $2.7 billion of free cash. And also we can see the Cybertruck became the third best-selling EV in the United States, and Musk is predicting a 20% to 30% growth in vehicle sales. So all looking good for Tesla. And it was also called in our EV stocks channel where we stated here that Tesla is expected to beat earnings. So congratulations to everybody on that. And if we have a look at the chart for yesterday, it was up in excess of 24%, and that I believe was the largest single gain since 2020 in one day. And today again, good green in Tesco, up over 2.8%, and it hit $268. And I believe if it continues, looking at the long-term chart, I think it could be ready now if it can break this resistance to hit closer to $300. So hopefully that happens. So bad news here certainly from CBS News for the short sellers, who lost approximately $1.5 billion in a single day. So certainly got burned there. And congratulations to also Mrs. Taylor Greene, Marjorie Taylor Greene, a congresswoman who invested in Tesla, and this was just a few days before earnings. So she's either very, very lucky or she has good information. And tweet here from Elon tagging in John Ehrlichman, who stated Tesla's third quarter revenue, and we can see again significant growth, 21.5 billion, 23.4 billion, and the latest one 25.2 billion. So again, exceptional growth there for Tesla, and I think long term one of the best stocks to hold. Let's now have a look at MMTLP. So before we look at the response from Next Bridge Hydrocarbons, there was a FIRE request which was granted in terms of the university land. So shout out here to Brizzy Brands, who shared that the university land's letter of lease termination has been obtained by a FIRE. So what C-Plant has stated is this letter is basically a one-sided story. I wonder what the other side looks like, and we are looking at the response from Next Bridge Hydrocarbons shortly as well. AK Dallas has stated, again reading the letter, why would they drill for 2024 if the lease is not being renewed, and then spend $25 million. So let's have a look at this letter. So we can see it's dated October the 2nd 2024, addressed directly to Greg McCabe, and it states termination of development unit agreement 2837 in terms of the Hudspeth County in Texas. So what they've stated here in terms of the highlights, they're referring to the development unit agreement DUA. After careful consideration, the university lands has determined that it will not extend this DUA. So they're referring to something called Article 42, and they're saying it's a failure to drill to complete the 5 development unit wells results in termination of the DUA, given that Hudspeth stated that we will not meet this requirement. It is in anticipatory breach of the DUA. So they seem to be putting the blame onto Next Bridge, but what I think I take exception with this is it's regarded more as an anticipatory breach, so a breach that has not yet occurred, but they are expecting it to occur, and that's in response to what the information that the company shared with them. So it certainly looks a little bit suspicious. So it also states that the DUA terminates immediately either by Hudspeth's anticipatory breach of Article 4.2 or under its own terms on December the 31st 2024, and the University Lands has determined that it will not renew or extend the DUA, and Hudspeth has no plans for further development, and the University Land seeks to terminate the DUA effective immediately. So that's what looks like. It's a very, very harsh and strong response by the University Lands, and they're basically saying here, please promptly file a release of the DUA and all leases subject to DUA no later than 90 days from the receipt of this letter. So let's move on to the second part of the letter, and in here it says Hudspeth was previously notified of such obligations by the certain correspondence from, and again name is blacked out, on behalf of University Lands, and such payment has thus far not been received. So again, I think that's a question for Next Bridge and Greg McCabe to clarify why that happened, and if they are using that as an excuse to not renew the lease. And then at the end they say, as part of the standard University Lands termination protocol, the surface team will be conducting inspections of all wells drilled prior to the termination of the leases to ensure such wells are properly plugged and abandoned, and the surface of the subject tracts is properly remediated in accordance with the rules for the board of the lease. So basically they're looking at making sure everything is in order before they take back the assets, and then obviously what they will then do, it looks like, is make them available to the highest bidder. Let's have a look at the response from Next Bridge Hydrocarbons, which is dated October the 8th and is from their attorneys, and we can see here addressed to the University Lands, again name blacked out in terms of who is dealing with this, and the title here of this response is Purported Termination of Development Unit Agreement 2837 relating to the Orogrande Basin, and they are stating they represent Hudspeth Operating LLC regarding the above described matter. So basically what they are saying here, the client, which is Next Bridge, disputes that it's repudiated its obligations under DUA and the underlying leases. So they are basically saying that the allegations by Next Bridge, by the University Lands, are not true. So it looks like Next Bridge are denying that, and my client was surprised by the decision not to extend the DUA, especially considering the years and millions of dollars that have been invested in the Orogrande, as well as the progress that the client has made on the prospect recently. So I certainly agree with this statement. Next Bridge Hydrocarbons have been, and obviously before that CRCH, have been on these assets for a long time, spending millions and millions of dollars, and now for some disputable reason it seems to be not being removed, and they are saying here, we will provide a more detailed response to blank promptly, and this letter should not be interpreted as a full statement. So in other words, there's going to be more information to come from the client's position or a waiver of any claims. So it looks like they could be going for a significant claims as well if it doesn't go their way. So they're also saying, given that there is a live material dispute concerning the legal rights of our clients, it seems that the obligations to preserve evidence have been triggered. So they're letting the University Lands know of their intentions, and they're giving them a warning. Please take affirmative steps to preserve and suspend any deletion, overwriting, modification, etc. of all documents, whether they be typed, handwritten, or any correspondence, notes, telephone logs, calendars, etc., when they relate to the Orogrande Basin, but including but not limited to the University Lands decision not to extend the DUA, which is the lease. Now let's have a look at the final part of this. It's basically saying here, please preserve this information in its current form, and then it's signed LeBlanc Flannery PLLC, Jared G. LeBlanc. So they are the attorneys representing Next Bridge Hydrocarbons. And finally, I'd like to share a response from Paul, who's stated, was this the responsibility of Next Bridge Hydrocarbon CEO to be certain that all requirements of the university lands lease were met? So remember, it looks like from that letter that Next Bridge Hydrocarbons are disputing that there were obligations not met, but obviously the obligation, is it on the CEO? The answer is yes. Should we now take action to go after Next Bridge? His opinion is no, so I think my opinion is also no, and the reason for that is McCabe has initiated action, we've just seen that in the letter, to restore and renew these leases with the university lands, and it looks like from this attorney's letter, it looks like the university lands have to take this very, very seriously. So remember, without McCabe's financial backing, Next Bridge will not be able to continue, so obviously we do owe him a debt of gratitude. So going forward, I think we are hoping for a positive update for this, but the good news is it looks like Next Bridge Hydrocarbons are not taking this line down. Finally, let's finish off by having a quick review of the previous week's weekly watch list. This was shared prior to trading on the Monday, and stocks such as IONQ up 24.8% on the week, IREN up 16.7% on the week, and HIMS, amongst many others, also that one was up 10.8% on the week. So in this week we called out two stocks I'm going to share with you, as well as many others, but first of all, these were SAVE, ticker symbol SAVE, and also XPON. So SAVE is also known as Spirit Airlines, and we have a look at that. There was good news on that we shared in the Discord, but if we have a look at the chart for the SAVA, doing exceptionally well this week, up close to 36.81%, and started the week trading close to the $2 mark, currently at $2.80. So congratulations to everybody in SAVE. The other one that you saw, again, doing exceptionally well today, I believe today it's up close to 30%, ticker symbol XPON, and also up 18.13% over the previous 5 days. So if you would like to get a copy of our daily stock alerts and the next weekly watch list prior to trading on the Monday, details are in the description below. Thank you very much for watching. Please stay tuned.